Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my favorite ever baby products that I have bought or I am currently buying on Amazon for both myself as a new mom and also for my 7-month-old. So if you're sitting there and you're pregnant and you're like, what do I need to get? I just want to shop right now. This list is for you. If you're going to a baby shower and you're not sure what to get someone and they don't have a registry or everything's bought on their registry, this list is for you. If you're sitting there and you need something last minute and you're not sure where to go, this list is for you. So I've been like obsessed with Prime for years now. Ever since I started my business, POPCO Stickers, I have had a Prime membership, and to say I have abused it would be an understatement. So as soon as I got pregnant, I knew Amazon was the first place that I wanted to go to find all of my baby stuff, not only for me during my pregnancy, but also for my baby and also for me after I have my baby. And honestly, it is like the mecca of baby stuff. You can literally buy everything that you need on Amazon. So I'm gonna go through everything that I have loved over the past, I guess, 9 months. I don't have a ton of pregnancy stuff in here. Let me know if you want me to do my pregnancy essentials that you can get on Amazon. I'm going to be going through all of the stuff here. I'm going to break it down from under $20, under $50, under $100, and then over $100. I will leave timestamps down in the description box if you want to skip to a certain budget so that you guys can easily access it here. I have a ton of stuff around me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into everything. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my baby essentials video, which I posted a few months ago. That kind of goes into a few of the things that I'm gonna talk about in more detail. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into everything and talk about all things baby, aka my favorite topic of my life right now. So let's just jump into it. So for under $20, there's actually a lot of stuff on Amazon that would be really, really helpful to you and to baby, from newborn all the way up until 7 months, where I am right now, and I'm sure beyond. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about these in random order because it's all piled on my lap right now. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is replacement bottle nipples. Now these are the size 3, and I actually didn't search for these on Amazon until Franklin hit this size. So beforehand I was actually rebuying bottles and I didn't realize you could actually take the nipples out of the bottle heads. At least you could for Mam, and I know you can for Dr. Brown's too, so I'm sure you can for all of the other bottles out there. But these are essentially just the little silicone nipples that you put into bottles. So instead of going out and buying brand new bottles, we just bought the faster flowing nipples for when he couldn't handle the tubes anymore, when he was getting so frustrated drinking from the tubes, and I just like didn't want to go to Target. I didn't want to go searching for them. I think they were out in Walmart, so I just ordered them on Amazon. Next, I wanted to talk about the new pacifier clips that we're using. Now, I did talk about different ones in my baby essentials video, but I'm not a fan of those anymore, especially when it gets to teething time. You want something that isn't fabric because it just gets soaking wet and really, really gross. So I found these silicone beads pacifier clips on Amazon. They are safe for babies to use as a teether as well, which is really awesome. And also they don't get really, really gross when they're like biting on them and drooling on them all the time. So these come in a pack of 2, and they are under $20, and we use them all the time. Franklin actually has the other one on him right now at my mom's house, so I don't have the other one to show you. I talked about these already in my baby essentials video, but these bibs were my absolute favorite. We don't use them anymore because he has outgrown them. The neck for these is actually pretty small. Like, that's when it's like fully closed. So he doesn't use these anymore, but we absolutely loved these when he did. They are the Tommy Tippy bibs, and I love them because they're kind of like, I don't know if you can see that, they're kind of like padded here. So as they're drinking milk and it's like dribbling down their chin, it catches here instead of like going into their neck and causing rashes and stuff. So I really, really liked these. Now, Amazon is great for those like little add-on toys that like you don't really think about buying. So we have a few of these like kind of padded noisy books for him that he absolutely loves. We throw one of these in the stroller when we're going for a long walk and we want to keep him occupied, or we give it to him in his little chair. He absolutely loves these. I think you can actually use these in the bath too, but we haven't given it to him in the bath yet. But yeah, loads of these on Amazon. Loads of like little toys, including this little like Ferris wheel thing that I saw. So this actually suctions to a table and he absolutely loves it. Even when he gets it off off the table, he like eats this part, like he chews on it. I guess it must feel nice on his gums or something, but this has kept him entertained, and I think this was like $7. Like baby toys on Amazon are actually like really cheap, especially for like the little ones, so this is a good option. Moving on to bigger items, we got this baby bouncer on Amazon, and my mom actually got this for him. I think it was for Christmas, and he loved it so much that we got another one for our house. This was actually $20.38, so I am including it in my under 20 because it is so close that I'm just including it in my under 20, but he absolutely loved this. We don't have batteries in this one, but it does vibrate if you want it to, and it bounces, and it like bounces as he's playing. So he absolutely loved it. He would like grab the monkey, and it was actually really cool to like be able to see him go from like not being able to grab the monkey to like really trying to grab it to full on being able to like pull himself up on these bars. So he's too big for this now, but he absolutely loved this, and I loved it too because I would just like bring it TMI, I would like bring it like right outside the door to the bathroom and keep the bathroom door open so that like I could, you know, be a human and he would be safe and happy. So because it's super lightweight, I could just like move it around the house, and I really loved it. One thing that I don't have with me that I loved getting on Amazon, and I still do, are crib sheets. The ones that I found that I'm gonna link down below are only $10.99, so you don't really mind if they get ruined because they're pretty cheap, and they're really good quality. They fit our big crib that we have upstairs and our crib mattress, and they also fit our co-sleeper, which I talked about in my baby essentials video. What I did for the sheets is I just kind of like bundled them up underneath and like push the mattress down on top, and there wasn't a lot underneath, so like it did work. But I love these crib sheets, and they came in a variety of colors, so they got to match his Finding Nemo room. Like we had like an aqua, I don't know why I'm speaking in the past tense. So we have like an aqua blue one, we have a dark navy one, and we have an orange one, so they kind of matches the theme, and they have a ton of colors, so you can kind of match whatever theme you want. Last but not least, for under $20, I'm gonna talk about books, and I love getting books on Amazon. The first book we actually bought for Franklin was The Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo by John Oliver, because we are those parents, you know. Gotta love John Oliver. So we actually got him this book first, and I think this is a great book to talk about sexuality and how everybody is allowed to marry whoever they want. But also, I got him, I just brought a few down, but there are tons of books and baby books on Amazon that you can choose from. I mean, I buy all of my books on Amazon, so why shouldn't I buy all of my baby books on Amazon? So we bought this Look book that he loved looking at when he was a little baby, but now doesn't really have too much interest in because it's just black and white. I was really excited when I found this book, and it's not something that I've read to him yet, but it was just really nostalgic for me. So let me know if it's nostalgic for you. I can't speak, but it's Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, and I loved this book when I was a kid. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, the lumps and bumps and something. But I loved this book, and I can't wait to read him these poems, and I need to actually write a little note in here for him so he has it when he's older. But I found this on Amazon. I think it was like 13 bucks or something, so I was like, I have to get it because it was such a big part of my childhood that I just wanted it to be a part of his too. And that's what I love. You can like find these nostalgic books and get them for your babies so that they have them, and oh, I just love that so much. It makes my heart hurt. Moving on to under $50, we got this pretty much when he was 3 months old, when he was like 12 or 13 weeks old. It is the Fisher-Price Sit Me Up chair, and it was $29.92. So essentially, you can see, if you can still hear me, this chair, it's kind of like a leaning back chair, so it kind of like helps babies who can't sit up on their own but can hold their head up. It helps them sit up so that like they can be like part of the group, and like I don't know, Franklin just didn't like lying down. He just always wanted to be sitting up. So we got this for him. It's a little bit dirty now because he has been eating in it. He still sits in it now, even though he can sit up. That's just super easy because we just put it on the counter. So like he's like right there when we're either cooking dinner, washing dishes, cleaning up. And we could just like give him like some banana or strawberries or something like that. And he just like goes to town on it. He loves it so much. It has a few toys that were connected to it, but they've since been lost. And it has a little butt beeper thing. I don't know. I'm thankful that he hasn't actually found that with his foot yet, so we just do it to him every so often. But I absolutely loved that chair. There are a few mixed reviews on it just because, like anything with a baby, if you keep them in it for too long, it will kind of start to affect their development. So like the Rock and Play, which is discontinued, I know, don't come at me for that. I put a disclaimer in my baby essentials video that it was recalled, but like that, if you left it in for too long, they would get a flat head. So like this, if you leave them in it for too long, it can affect their posture and like their, I think their spine or their butt, I don't know what it is, but basically just don't leave your baby in the same position for too long, is what I've learned as a mom. So as long as you're not leaving him in it all day and you're with him the whole time he's in it, I think you're fine. Moving back up to the nursery, we did start to transition Franklin into taking naps in his own room. And for that, I wanted blackout curtains. So I went onto Amazon and I found what I thought was a pair for $10.99. And I was like, oh my God, what a steal. It was actually only one panel, which is why these are not in the under 20 category. If you have a small window, you can totally just use one. I mean, one panel basically covered our window, I think with like that much to spare. But yeah, the blackout curtains that I got are really, really great. They're pretty inexpensive. I mean, for blackout curtains, 20 bucks for a pair is not that bad. And I'll also leave a link to the curtain rail or curtain rod that I also bought because that was pretty inexpensive. I didn't want to buy anything too expensive because, I mean, I don't know what his room is going to look like as he gets older. I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna like Finding Nemo forever, so I didn't want to like fork out a bunch of money for something that wasn't gonna last that long. But these blackout curtains are really great. They make the room super dark and he sleeps great using them. So another thing that I don't have here with me, but I will leave pictures of us using it here, is this Infantino carrier. Now I saw, I can't remember what it was, the Ergo Baby or Erbo Baby, or I can't remember what it was called, but basically it was a carrier that was essentially the same as this for quadruple the price, I want to say. It was like $150 or something like that. And I was so set on getting it and I was so excited to get it. But what I didn't love about it was I read a review that you couldn't actually have your baby sitting out in it. So you could only have the baby facing your chest. And I knew as your baby gets a little older, they're going to want to face out and like see the world, and like that'll be like a big, like fun, exciting thing for them. So I didn't want to spend that money on it. So I found this one on Amazon. It was $29, I think, and it worked really, really well. I found it a lot easier to use than the wrap that we had, but I am hoping to get a little bit more baby wearing time with a wrap if we are so lucky to have another baby in the future, just because I personally found the wrap more comfortable, but I didn't find it as easy to use. So this Infantino carrier was super easy to use. I mean, it's not uncomfortable by any means. It did a great job for what it's made for. But I just found that the wrap, I don't know if it's just like because it just feels more natural, like it looks nicer. I don't know. I liked our wrap, but I used this carrier way more often because it was way more convenient. Sorry if it just got a little bit darker. I'm avoiding the solicitors that are about to come to my door. So another item under $50 that I talked about in my baby essentials video that I tell all new moms to buy is this Love to Dream swaddle. Now this is very child specific. So Franklin, he slept with his arms down for a few weeks, but then he got really, really strong and he wouldn't stay sleeping with his arms down, and he actually wrestled his way out. So like his arms would be out and he would just be like this, and then the whole swaddle was unnecessary. So I found these, and what's different about these is that their arms actually go up like this. which a lot of babies I found actually prefer. A lot of moms that I talk about are actually having the same issues as me, so a lot of them do switch to this and they love it. What I liked about this is that it was super easy to use. It was lightweight and it was really soft, but also it was just one zipper. The other swaddles I had that I talked about in my baby essentials video were great, but I hated the Velcro because I felt like it would wake him up. So like if you didn't get it on tight enough, you had to like undo the Velcro and it could wake him up. So for this, I loved that it was just one zipper, easy, just throw them in. It was kind of like a sleeping bag and I really loved it. So this, I tell every single new mom to get this, and I think it's gonna be my go-to baby shower gift because they're just so great. So for the under $100 category, I'm gonna be using a lot of cutaways because a lot of the stuff is a little bit bigger. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is his play mat that we got. And this is another one that my mom got for him for Christmas that he loved so much and we found so useful that we got it as well. So it was $60 on Amazon, so it was pretty expensive and it was something that we didn't really pull the trigger on for a while, but once your baby starts to move around, you want something soft for them to land on, especially if you don't have carpet. And even when like he is on carpet, we have carpet upstairs, we have carpet in here, it's just dirtier. And I get what people say about carpet, it's just dirtier, and especially we have 3 animals, it's hard to keep it clean. So having this mat was just really, really great, and it's definitely not a purchase that we regret. What I also love about it is that it's super easy to fold and store away. Because it's not something that goes with our decor, we wanted something that could easily be stored and put away, and this is super easy and it's easy to clean up and I just love it. Next is his bouncer, which is also in our living room, and he loved this bouncer. He still does love it, but now that he's a little more mobile, like he's like flying around crawling. He loves to crawl. Now that he loves to crawl, it's hard to keep him in there. So he loved this bouncer. I got it for under $100 on Amazon. It has a bunch of different toys. You could also take the toys off and give them to them on the floor if you want to. And I just think it's a great purchase, and it's also really, really well made. So it will last for all the other babies if we do decide to keep it, which we will. And I just really, really like it. Now, next up is his baby monitor. Now, this exact monitor isn't available anymore, but I did just want to show you that there are cheaper options available on Amazon for baby monitors. So I was on the fence on which monitor to get for a really, really long time. I mean, I wasn't expecting monitors to be so expensive, to be as expensive as they were. I think most monitors I was looking at were like $150, $160, and it just wasn't something that was in our budget, and it was something that was really hard for me to pull the trigger on. But I found this one and I was like, okay, Amazon's return policy is great. So by the way, this video is not sponsored. I just love Amazon. But I was like, okay, Amazon's return policy is really great. So I was like, we'll try it, and if we don't like it, we can return it. But we honestly loved it. So this is I can't remember the name of it, but I'll leave a link to a very, very similar one that I found down below that has really great reviews if you guys want to check it out. But essentially it's just a wireless monitor. It has like a little like hook on the back of the camera so that you can hook it on the wall as I show you here. I just put like one of those photo hangers up on the wall and then I hooked it onto that. It was super easy, and I just love that it gives me peace of mind. This one that we had actually had a 2-way talking, so you could talk to them. It never worked. I mean, it never soothed him, but I really, really liked it. You could also zoom in, and yeah, a monitor was something that we weren't sure we needed, but when it came down to it, we really wanted that alone time and then at night to like kind of just watch TV together or make dinner together or something like that without having to worry about like being too loud if he was like sleeping right beside us or putting him to bed on time. It's just kind of given us that kind of normalcy back into our lives. You know what I mean? Moving on to the over $100 range, I don't have a lot because honestly we didn't splurge on a lot for Franklin, and I am so grateful for that. I can't imagine if I had splurged on a bunch of items that my baby just didn't enjoy. I think the only thing that we splurged on, which I did talk about in my baby essentials video, was the DockATot, but I got that on sale for like $125, so it was a splurge, but it wasn't like a splurge, if you know what I mean. So it was kind of easier to stomach. The first thing that's over $100 that I wanted to talk about was his swing, which I did talk about in our baby essentials video. He loved this thing. We got so much use out of it. We actually only just put it away, I think about 3 weeks ago, because every so often he would go back into it, but then I realized that it wasn't moving as fast and he was probably too heavy for it, so we got rid of it and it's in storage now. But I loved this swing. Again, a swing was something that I didn't know if I wanted to buy because I didn't know if I wanted my baby to get used to sleeping being swung. But honestly, you do what you have to do when you're a mom and you want your baby to sleep and you need your baby to sleep. So we got this swing. He absolutely loved it. We got so much use out of it, so worth the money, and it's being saved for hopefully our next baby. So the last genre that I wanted to talk about is for moms like me. So whether you're buying for a new mom in your life or you're shopping for yourself, I found so many things on Amazon that I absolutely loved, especially in a time crunch. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that Amazon sells groceries. I think it's called Amazon Now or Amazon Fresh or something like that. But if your city has it available, Amazon sells groceries, and as a new mom, going to the grocery store was the last thing I wanted to do, so that is a great option. Next, what I loved is that Amazon sold all of the parts for my breast pump, and they also sold third-party parts for my breast pump. So I used a Medela pump, and I found these Nini Supply. They were like little kits. So I think like most new moms, I had no idea what I was doing, especially when it came to breastfeeding and pumping. So I didn't know what size like nipple shield I needed, and I went through a lot of different sizes of these, like trying to figure it out. And honestly, I think I needed the one that the pump came with. Go figure. But I loved these because they were pretty inexpensive. I'll leave them linked down below for you to check out. But they came with 2 breast shields, 4 valves, and 8 membranes, and it also came with tubing. So yeah, they sell every single breast pump part you can imagine. Particularly for the Medela, that's all really I can speak of because that's the pump that I used. I'm not sure about any other brand, but I found it so handy that I could just go on there instead of like searching for the specific things in a store. I could just go on there and it could be here in 2 days or even the same day. A lot of stuff is like same day shipping for me. But yeah, they also sell a lot of supplements. I used the Legendary Milk supplements, which I actually got on Amazon. I was so excited about this because I'm so impatient. Like, I hate waiting for things. So I actually got these on Amazon. I'll leave them linked down below. I got the multi-pack of all different ones that you could use, and it really just varies depending on your body which ones will work for you. But there are 3 different ones in there that you can try. You can mix and match and stuff like that. But I've heard really great things about Legendary Milk. I didn't give it enough time. I stopped breastfeeding before I gave it enough time. I know that I did. So I can't really give you any feedback on them, but I've heard great things and they are available on Amazon. Another thing that I've talked about in my baby essentials video that again is my go-to baby shower gift, I'm gonna recommend it to every single new mom that I talk to, is the Haka. And my friend recommended this to me and it is so amazing. So essentially what it is you just take it and you like suction it to whatever boob you're not pumping with or breastfeeding with, and it catches all of the letdown. And I got like full bottles out of this when I just like had this on by doing absolutely no work. I know Katrina from Tone It Up actually just uses these as her breast pumps. She literally just like suctions them to her boobs and that's all she does, and that blows my mind. I mean, I'll try it next time, but I never actually tried it, so I don't know. But yeah, they are amazing and they are on Amazon, and this one actually has like a little suction, so it like suctions to a table, so you don't have to worry about it spilling. I have another one that doesn't have the suction, and the amount of milk I spilled, like I swear to God, I've shed so many tears over this falling over. So I wish I had this one in the beginning. So I'm going to talk about bras for a second. And when I was breastfeeding and leaking all over the place, I had to sleep in a bra, and I found it really uncomfortable to sleep in the breastfeeding bras that I had because they were kind of more structured. But I found these on Amazon, and even if you're not a mom and you're watching this, like I know you're there. I know you're watching this even if you're not a mom. You can wear these as sports bras or like just like, what are they called? Like bralettes or something like that. And yeah, I think my friend bought these and they're super comfortable. So yeah, they are these. They're just like nursing bras and they're super soft and super comfortable. There's no underwire in them. They come in a pack of 3 I lived in these. Now, granted, they are not the sexiest things in the world, but you're not worrying about that when you're a new mom and when you're breastfeeding. All you're worried about is sleeping and feeding your baby. That's all you're worried about. So these did such a great job. Like I said, they came in a pack of 3 and I lived in them. Another thing that I lived in was the Medela breast pumping bra. I don't know what this is called, but essentially what it is a bra. It's so weird looking, and every time I put it on and I put my breast pump on, like I would just laugh at myself, because like you're literally walking around like with like your breast shields like just like poking out, like, hey. But yeah, it has little holes in them, so you put like your breast shields through it, and essentially it just means like you can like do other things while you're pumping. Like you could be on your phone, or you can like read a book, or you can eat dinner, or you could do whatever you want, because both of your hands are free. Pumping is pretty time consuming, and it's not something I was prepared for, so this isn't something I bought until after I'd been breastfeeding for a while, but it changed my breastfeeding game, because I just felt like I wasn't kind of like useless sitting there. I wasn't just like sitting there doing nothing while I was breastfeeding. I could actually like use that time for productivity too, or just like to relax and read a book. So highly suggest this. Okay, I only have 2 more things, I swear. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, I was obsessed when I found these. These I think were only like $10, and they are the cutest nursing shirts I had seen on Amazon. They come in so many different colors, and yeah, the only thing is they're not Prime, so that was a little bit annoying, but they were like $10, so who cares? But yeah, they're just shirts that have this little like slip up here, so you can like nurse on the go. But how cute is that? I loved that. I love stripes, I love florals, super cute. I have them in a few colors upstairs. I have all my clothes saved for hopefully the next baby, which we're not trying yet in case you're gonna ask, but hopefully within the next year we will be. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is a robe and swaddle set, and I was so obsessed with getting like pictures of Franklin and I in these, like in the hospital, and it didn't happen, but I bought it. But we actually forgot the swaddle at home, so that didn't happen. But I wear this all the time. I wore it in the hospital. This is by Baby Be Mine, and it is just a robe, and it has a matching swaddle, and the swaddle came with a matching hat, and it's just really, really comfortable. And I know a lot of the places online, they either ship really long or they're pretty expensive. I think this was $50 something for this set, which isn't that bad. And the swaddle is really, really high quality. They had a ton of different patterns and colors that you could choose from, and you know, it was a nice thought. I mean, didn't take the picture, but I have the stuff. I mean, I don't think it'll fit in it now, but whatever. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite baby buy on Amazon is. Like I said before, I will leave my Amazon store linked down below for anything else that I think of. I always add to it, so definitely go check that out down there. If you have any questions for me, leave me a comment down below, or if you have any video requests that it's baby related or new mom related, also let me know in a comment down below, or feel free to DM me on Instagram. The link is also in the comment down below, or in the description box down below. If you are a new mom and you are pregnant, congratulations. I'm so, so excited for you. This is such an amazing time in your life, and I want to rewind time and Franklin to be a little baby again, even though I love the stage he's in right now. Every time, I'm gonna cry. No, don't cry. Anyway, I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.